Greetings to all of the people from the future who have found this video. Notice that I didn't say wonderful people this time, because you know what? I've been thinking about it, and it occurred to me that, well, what if not everybody that's watching this is a wonderful person? Like, I don't know my viewers. What if there's, like, some really nasty people watching this that are trying to screw me over for something that I might say? I don't know. I don't know who are all watching this, or maybe maybe it's somebody that does actually enjoy this, but maybe they're not so great. I don't know. So, but you're all from the future, because everyone that's watching this is watching it after I record it. So I'm still gonna stick with that bit, but I'm gonna drop the wonderful part now, because I don't know if you're all that wonderful, you know. I have no idea. What if I'm not wonderful? Like, I can't even say that everyone that's watching this is exactly like maybe they're not like me. Maybe and maybe if they are like me, what if I'm not actually all that great? You know? What if I'm a bad influence? I don't know. But today's episode, I'm going to take it very slow, as always, and mostly I just want to talk about what happened in the last episode. I feel like last episode was kind of wild. I'm not sure if I didn't really feel good about it. It felt not very satisfying at the end. The last two episodes, and I feel like it's because I caved into the rush. I feel like I've kind of betrayed the soothing aesthetic that I'm trying to maintain with this series. So I am completely out of wood. I need to build me a furnace. And basically, all I want to do today is I'm going to walk around my resting places, designated resting places, and I'm going to kind of gradually convert them into more elaborate campsites, so to speak. I'm going to put a furnace down everywhere, and a chest, and a campfire, and a bed everywhere. I want a bed everywhere, because I have iron now that I still need to smelt. So, furnace, I think is the... Well, I want to put some torches up. So it's pretty dark over here. Let's see what's a good... like right here, maybe that's a good spot. It's a good spot right there. I'm thinking I'm actually gonna probably remove some of this dirt and like replace the block underneath that tree with another cherry block, just to sort of feel a little, create some extra space there. I don't feel like this is roomy enough. But that's a project for another time. For now, that feels like too much of a project. Too big. Because I only have 2.5 days or so before the end of this episode. So I don't have that much time on my hands. But I do want to place a furnace down. Well, I guess, since I don't really know what the layout of this place is going to be, I think I'm actually going to skip that for now and not place a furnace down here, because I don't know where it will go. Because I kind of want to do some more work on this particular resting place before, as I turn it into a campsite. So I think I'm going to leave the bed there. Well, is it almost time to... I'm going to go ahead and... Well, I need to smelt some iron to get shears for the sheep. Well, alright. I think I have enough time in the day to do that. Yeah, I have plenty enough time. I'm just gonna go over to my next campsite, or resting place. It's not quite a campsite yet. I haven't gotten to that yet. I was actually also thinking about shifting that campsite over to this tree, because there's a little more room over here. It's a little roomier over here. I've been thinking about that. I haven't really quite made up my mind yet, though, so I don't want to change anything until I make up my mind, until I feel really good about it, until I know that it's definitely what I want to do. As unlike in the past couple of episodes, in which I got baited into just shooting for some exposed iron. Ooh-wee, exposed iron. The only exposed iron I've seen so far. I guess that's where I have to go. And I got baited into the pit, and it was not a pleasant time. I gotta avoid doing that. I gotta not get baited into pits. And I gotta just take my time with things. And if I feel like I'm not really ready to make a change yet. Well, I should just not do it then. That's right, guys. You know what I'm talking about? These guys know what I'm talking about. These guys, they take it real slow. They don't do anything. They just wander around and just relax all day. And they're probably very happy with their lives, I imagine. So, yeah, I should really be... I should take note from... I should take inspiration from the chickens and the pigs and the cows and the sheep, and try to spend more time just not doing anything. Which, as I have been, it's just that I haven't been doing enough of that. I've been doing too much. I got iron too fast, perhaps. Well, I really wanted to get iron because I wanted to make shears. I wanted shears so that I can make more beds, because I only had that one bed, and I want to change that before nighttime. It's almost nighttime. I don't want to get caught. I should probably run, actually, because I don't want to get caught without a bed. Heck, I should place a furnace down right here at the hill, at the promontory hill. I'm not sure what I've been calling this. This is like perhaps the origin hill. I'm not sure what to call this hill. I think I had a term for it already. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and smelt like a couple of them over here. I'm gonna burn up my wooden tools. Start with that, and then... Do I need to eat? Let's see if I can eat. No, I can't eat yet. I'm trying to avoid using the user interface like entirely, because I could just go on entire episodes without ever turning it on, and I kind of like that. Kind of want it to be completely cinematic with no user interface. All right, I can make shears now, and go collect some sheep, and I need wood for the bed, and let's get some sheep sheared real quick before the sun is all the way down. Oh, I thought I had it equipped. Is that 3 already? That's 2. And one more. Excellent. Exactly what I need. And I'm gonna make a second gray bed, because I like gray beds. I might change the color up a little bit as I progress, as I make more and more beds. They might not all be gray, but for the time being, I just want to keep making gray ones, just so that I don't have to think about it. All right, and there we go. Let's just sleep right here. All right, and I got a couple more days before I have to end the episode again. This is episode... Is it the 7th one? I think it's the 7th one now. Last episode, I totally thought it was still episode 5, and it turned out to already be episode 6. And I was like, welcome to episode 5. But I actually already had episode 5. This one, I'm pretty sure it's episode 7 now. So I'm pretty sure we're on day 19. We should be on day 19 right now. And I'm not going to turn the user interface on just to check, because it's really nice not to do that. I really like it without that. All right, so over here, this campsite over here, I actually feel pretty good about. This, well, you know what? I mean, I have had second thoughts about this tree. Like, in the long run, I think this tree is actually a bit auspicious. Like, it's not really... I like trees to be up on top of the hill instead of next to the hill. I have, like, a bit of, like... I get a little bit icked out by trees that are next to hills. You know, these are like... This is a next to a hill tree. I'll have to come up with a term for these kinds of trees, because it's a very specific kind of, aesthetic preference that I have, so that's pretty universal. Like, all trees that are like this, that are like next to a hill. This one's at least far enough away to where the canopy doesn't touch the dirt, so at least it's got that going for it. But in general, I'm not sure if I'm completely satisfied with this tree. I think in the long run, I'm probably gonna sort of shift it over to the hill. I'm gonna grow another tree up on the hill, but that's once again, that's a project for another time. For now, I kind of just want to make a furnace over here, and I do have enough cobblestone for as many furnaces as I want now. I could have sworn I had a name for that hill. I'm not sure what did I call it? Oh, that's right. It's the Rising Moon. This is the Rising Moon resting place. So that should be like the Rising Moon Hill. It's the Rising Moon hilltop. It's also like the kind of the original campsite that I landed on when I in the first episode when I started. I kind of came right over to the top of this hillside, this hill, and this was like the beginning. This is kind of the beginning hill, the origin hill. Maybe I'll call it the origin hill, but I'm not sure if that's. I mean, the origin is a specific term for a spot on the map where we have 0 coordinates, a 2x2 sort of square of all 0 coordinates. So that's the origin. So wherever that is, and I'm not even sure where that is. I haven't used the user interface enough to really determine the location of the origin, or I haven't placed any cornerstones yet. My patented cornerstones, haven't done any of that yet. I think I'm actually going to make them out of cherry wood. The pink looks really good for cornerstones. I did it in my third run, my third unsuccessful run, in which I got shot by a pillager on like episode 3 or something, that very early on. That wasn't that early. It was like episode 5, I think, or 6. Before I had iron armor, and I still don't have iron armor. What was I going to do next? I was going to make a chest. I need more wood though. I barely have wood. I need to get wood and make a chest for this location. I don't have trees over here though. There's no trees over here. Oh, that tree has grown. Look at that. The tree, my experimental tree, it did grow. I've been having second thoughts about the experimental tree. And that's okay. I encourage indecisiveness on this channel, because I think indecisiveness ultimately leads to better decisions. Until until you feel like you really, really want something, I think it's perfectly acceptable to just take your time making up your mind. I think indecisiveness gets a bad rap for bad reasons, because I think it's just it feels unappealing, because I think on the surface it's kind of unappealing, but I think when you think about it, it's actually good practice to be indecisive, because you're taking a longer time making up your mind about something, and I think that actually leads to better decisions, higher quality decisions. And it's okay to change your mind about things. It's entirely okay to change your mind. I think people feel a bit humiliated when they end up changing their minds about things for no good reason. Like there's nothing actually. It's good practice to change your mind about it. You're coming up, when you change your mind about something, it's because you've come across better information that has led you to, that has shifted your intuition about something, to something different, and that's why you change your mind. So there's actually nothing wrong with it, and it's a good thing, because your sense of what you want to do is going to improve with the more information that you have, and you're never going to have complete information. You're always going to be somewhat ignorant about things. And I advocate for being proud of that, being proudly ignorant, because I think it's, I don't think it's really, I don't think we should be striving to know everything, to know as much as we can, because I think life is, we should try to just enjoy life. It's more fulfilling, and it's more important to just enjoy your life. And also, I mean, ultimately, I think it's good to live with the acknowledgement of how little you know. I mean, there's that aspect to it too. There's multiple reasons why I like to call myself proudly ignorant, and why I consider uncertainty to be my primary, my most fundamental value in life. I call it uncertainty, but it's really a reference to intellectual humility. But anyways, this isn't even a campsite. I was just considering whether or not I want to chop down this tree, because I've been having. Originally I planted it because I thought maybe I want to grow a tall tree over here at this site, because it's a good site for that, because I can shovel down the dirt and kind of raise the tree a little bit. But that's kind of really arbitrary. You can do that anywhere. Like, there's no need to. That doesn't mean. Why does that mean that this site needs a tree? But then again, like, it's actually not a bad site for a tree. Like, it's in a good location to have a tree, like a tall tree. And I was kind of wanting to experiment and see how many tries, how many times the tree will grow before it serendipitously grants me a tall tree without me, without succumbing to resorting to the planks method, because you could put planks like over here along the second block from the base, and it will force the tree to grow into a tall tree. All right, I'm cutting it down because I do think I want to keep trying it because I do like this location actually, and I think it's there's some value in mystical serendipity and like serendipity, like just because this location, because there happened to be a natural dirt block over here, I think that adds some value to this location because there was kind of some, like, it's a naturally generated spot that looks good, that's like a serendipitous location. Like this is it's actually a pretty good spot for a tree. So yeah, and I need wood, and it would be like, I do have a bit of curiosity about how many attempts will it take for it to grow a nice big tree. Maybe it'll grow a big tree that's not very nice, that I'm not going to like. So that might happen too. But all right, I've spent a long time chilling over here at this tree, haven't I? Yeah, that's what this series is about. I'm gonna just take my sweet time with everything I do, and I want to try to, just flood everything with an abundance of reflection. And I think that's actually, there's an element of charm to that. I imagine that there will be some people out there like me who will find this refreshing, authentic and refreshing. This is the best way to play Minecraft, guys. I'm really onto something here. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, everybody's got their different methodology, but I feel like this is a very unique kind of method where you're really just in no rush whatsoever to do anything, and very deliberately so, and very I don't know, determined to stick with that. And I've kind of failed with that in that regard in the last couple of episodes. I rushed. I went too far ahead of myself, rushed into a pit. All right, I want to make a hoe so I can hoe down the leaves real quick. Oh, there's most of them are already gone because I'm taking it so slow that so calmly and so slowly that most of them were already gone. All right, and then I got to replant this tree. There we go, and that was one. That was tree number 1. So we'll see how many attempts it makes. And the reason I did that was because I wanted to place a what's it called? A chest. And I kind of want the chest to be up here actually, but at this location, because this is kind of the hillside, that spot, the Moonrise Hillside, as I've been calling it. I actually really like the spot. It's a good location because, like, I really like looking at the moonrise. I think I'm probably gonna end up building something eventually up at that hill. So I kind of want the chest over here because I think I'll end up coming back to the spot a lot. Even before, I moved the tree over. I'll eventually move this tree over, and all of this is going to probably shift over at some point. I mean, probably not. Actually, I'll probably leave this setup over here just to sort of grant the location. It's, to retain the history, I guess, of this location. Why am I leaving my wood there? I don't want to do that. What was I going to put into this chest of feathers? I could leave the feathers there. I don't really need the feathers. The saplings, I don't really need these saplings right now. I'll hold on to these other saplings though. And the dirt blocks, I kind of want to keep I have a location in mind for where I want to build a little house, a little tiny house. Oh wow, it's already nighttime. I gotta sleep real quick. See, there's the moonrise. All right, I got one more day before I gotta wrap up this episode. I think I'm gonna skip the Nameless Plains resting place and go straight over to the Wary Pumpkins, because that's around where I kind of want to mark the location, at least, of my tiny house built. I do. Oh shit! Creeper over there. I still don't have a shield. That's not good. I really should try to make a shield for myself, because I do want to be a shield will grant you much better protection against the creepers, and it'll keep you safe from the skeletons. It'll give you a way to fight the skeletons. Before you have a shield, you kind of defenseless against the skeletons. But the creepers, like I do want to be able to fight off creepers too, or like I want to be able to shield from a creeper blast in case I get cornered, because sometimes you can't run back and you have to take the blast essentially, and then it's really useful to have a shield on you, because then you can press the button to shield yourself from the blast. And the shields just completely absorb the creeper blast, because shields are OP in this game. Not really. They're very good. I really like that mechanic. I say that jokingly, that shields are OP in Minecraft. It's just it is kind of ironic that a shield that's a raised shield will protect you from a creeper blast, but a full set of iron armor isn't going to. That is a bit ironic, but still, I like the gameplay. I like the combat. I like the combat dynamic of the way the shield works. All right, over here, I think this is a good spot to place a torch. And around here, around the Wary Pumpkin's resting place that's over by that tree, it's wary of the forest that's next to it, that's nearby. Around here, in this plains, these are the chicken egg plains, I guess. Like right on the coastline, along this coastline. Around here is where I'm thinking of making my first build. Making my first little tiny house build. And I have the tiny house, I have it completely figured out in my head. I have a clear vision in my mind about exactly where I want to place every block of this build. This right here, this level field up on top of this elevated spot right here, I think this is actually where I'm going to place it. This is where I'm going to build it. I think it's a good spot. There's kind of this bit of a ravine. There's a bit of a ravine next to it. I wonder if that goes underneath the house. I don't like it when underneath it there's like there's waterlogged caves, because I typically end up building a mine shaft down from underneath my houses. But maybe not. Maybe I won't do that. I'm not sure. Because I don't really have to do that. I'm not sure. I wanted to mark the spot, though, for where I'm going to build the house. And then that'll probably be the end of the episode. So I'm thinking right here, and the house, the entire footprint of both of the house and the farm all together, it's going to be a 7 by 11 footprint. So, and I'm going to need cobble, and I need some fences. I need fence posts. Do I want birch fence or oak? I'm going to need oak fences. Which means I'm just gonna go ahead and chop down these trees, because I do need some wood for these fences. And they are, tiny trees that are in need of being chopping. They just want to be chopped down because they're too small for being aesthetically pleasing. I like my big oak trees. The big apple trees, I do like the big apple trees. So I try to avoid chopping down big trees if they're well placed. Like most trees aren't well placed, even if they're nice big apple trees. They're not well placed. I mean, the one by the Rising Moon resting place over there, that's kind of iffy. Like I'm not really sure if I don't like where that's placed. I'm going to end up eventually chopping it down and planting another one that's on top of the hill where trees ought to be, big trees ought to be. But it is a natural tree, though, so natural trees are cool because of the mystical serendipity effect, remember? Which is the reason why I decided to replant the one that's up there on that the single block of dirt there. Yeah, so I like mystical serendipity. Mystical serendipity is what I call it lovingly. I'm not sure if that's the best term. It might not be I might change my terminology. I like coining new terms for concepts that I come up with. Mystical significance. I think I also call it mystical significance sometimes. Like when things seem to coincidentally aligned or things are in like a really good spot in Minecraft, I think that's cool. That adds some, that makes it neat. That makes it kind of cool, just because of that, and it just for, you know, even if there is nothing supernatural going on, the sense of it being having some kind of mystical significance to it, sort of the superstition about it. I think it's kind of, there's a value in that because, well, it's in your mind. It lives in your mind because it feels like it's special. And even so, I do think that even if nothing supernatural is going on, and I think that most likely it is, something supernatural is going on, by the way. But in case nothing like that is a thing, it still lives in your mind. That sense of mystical significance, I think, is still kind of valuable. So, all right, but enough about that. I wanted to mark the spot, mark the 7x11 area where I want to build my tiny house. And do I want to actually shovel down this level, this entire top layer? There's no need to do that. There's no need to, because there's plenty enough space. There's more than enough. There's more than a 7x11 space up here at the top. So I'm thinking I could. I shouldn't have done that. I was thinking to sort of have the corner of the house along the edge of the layer. But no, because it's going to have an entrance that's probably, the entrance is going to go out this way. Because at the window, I'm going to have a window going out in this direction. Or maybe, well, should the window be facing the sun or the moon? The sun, because the moon is going to be behind the tree line there. So it's not a good viewing location for it to see the moon. But this way, actually, this is probably the direction where the big window should be faced, where the bed should be facing, because then I get to see the sunset from here, and I'll get to see the sea from the window from the bed, like the bedside window. I'm gonna have a bedside window, so the entrance is actually gonna be facing this direction. So like right here. Huh. So maybe so wait a minute. Am I even going to have enough space for the farm? Because then it's going to need to be 11 blocks this way, you know, along this axis. Darn it, there's not much time left in the day for me to make up my mind about this, and I don't want to rush it. I certainly don't want to rush the decision about how am I going to have this house laid out exactly. So maybe I should think about this off camera. I'm just going to look at this spot here and sort of take a snapshot of the spot, and I'm gonna look at the screenshot later on. Here, I'm gonna go in free cam mode real quick and take a snapshot of the area so that I can think about it off camera. I do have the free cam mod installed. I changed the settings on it so that I can't go underground anymore. See, now I can't go underground anymore. So I can't, there's no way for me to accidentally cheat anymore with the free cam mod. Alright, I just wanted to take a screenshot of this real quick. Alright. And I didn't really come up with any good thumbnail pictures for this episode. I keep forgetting about that. I need to be thumbnail conscious and just make sure to get a good thumbnail shot from every episode. Because I typically, you know, pick something from within the video. It's like a good thumbnail. Maybe where the pig and the chicken was. That probably would count. Or if not, I'll take a good look at this pig right here. At the end of the day, look at this beautiful pig. Right as that. Well, he's covered by the grass. There we go. Oh, there we go. Come on, look this way. Look this way, pig. Hey, pig. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like this. I like that shot. That was probably a good shot. Reflect and refresh. All right, guys, that's it. That's it. Next episode, I'm gonna make up my mind where I wanna settle down, and I'll at least mark the spot. I'll begin the build on my tiny little house. And until then, I'm gonna go sleep over here by the Wary Pumpkins at my designated Wary Pumpkins resting location, my designated rest area, resting spot by the Wary Pumpkins. Oh yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much for bearing with me, and I hope that that was somewhat refreshing after the last, the stressful episode from the last time that from the last one, from episode 6, from that dangerous cave. All right, that's it now. Maybe one more torch up here while I'm thinking about it. All right, that's it now. That's all. That's all. That's it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Shadowlay, my fellows. Shadowlay.